I'm going to do a little bit of a setup here. Let me introduce you guys to the players. Let me finish typing their names in because I am behind the button on that one.
We're not getting Ian and Anthony again?
We are not getting Ian and Anthony again. Not after that riveting draw. All right, let's meet our players for the next few minutes here. On the left-hand side, that is Sam. Both these guys are locals. Sam's a West Sider, I think somewhere over by Katy. And I'm not sure where Mike is from. Mike's a regular around these parts. See him all the time. I got to go adjust his camera yet. Ian's too short again.
Yeah. Ian, sorry, Mike is like, I think he's from down south, but he has, like, his girlfriend lives up here, so, like, he is regularly around
He
Kingwood.
seems to regularly be up here for sure.
Right.
Okay, so let me get
he
their
just drives a lot.
names. That very well could be. Let's see. I think both these guys are 4-1. I believe that is correct. Yes, both these gentlemen are 4-1.
There you go, sir.
Okay, Sam.
Thank you.
So on the initiative, I'm going to Mulligan.
4-1. And do a few more updates here.
So the mic camera looks like, this has not really having anything to do with this, but it just makes me laugh. My favorite way to take pictures these days is to have with people, like when we're having a party or my daughter graduating or whatever, is to take pictures where my head is cut off at the top of the photo. It's so funny.
All right, so we're looking at new Han, the Never Tell Me the Odds Han, with Lake Country.
I'm okay with it.
So yellow.
Yellow,
No double
pure
yellow.
hero yellow.
Odd.
And then on the right-hand side of your screen, this is going to be Mike's going to be rocking the Han 2, the red Han from set 2.
Yep.
And he's on Lothal today, Capital City.
The deck that Balls was playing earlier.
This is very similar, I suspect, to the deck that we saw Balls playing earlier. So this is your matchup right there, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of Han on Han violence. I'm going to let you call this for a minute while I go make that adjustment to Mike's camera. Otherwise, it's going to bug the crap out of me.
So we didn't see my favorite play out of this. When I was playtesting with Balls earlier this week, my favorite play was to see what is it? Phantom. The Phantom being played with Han, so it's just like a 5-1 in space immediately out of the bat, which I thought was a lot of fun to play against. I was like, oh, that's really good. And then he started playing other cards that were. This is a pretty standard start, though.
Do you want to swap them?
Sure.
Everyone's talking. Kind of fun. Okay. I will pay one. You're welcome.
Pretty standard start. Yep, bunch of 1-drops for Odd Han and
And I will pass.
a red deck playing Sabine on turn 1. That's pretty standard.
Woo, we're going super wide on ships early here with Han, aren't we?
what
Cartel
he does.
Escort and a Wolf Pack.
He plays all them 1-drop ships. So
Yeah,
he
I
can-
see that. All right, so Sabine on the right.
Now the problem is if he flips up, if he uses his ability and the top card is also a 1, then he's kind of SOL. But the
Third base.
one of the fun things about Han is when you have a 1 and a 3 out, and then you can use Han's ability, and so you can always attack with somebody, but you're never sure which one you're going to attack with.
Revealing one.
See?
I will.
He just flipped up a 1, so he doesn't get the extra bonus.
Yep.
He flipped up another Wolfpack Escort.
It is unfortunate.
Let's look at this real quick to make sure we know how this leader works.
What just happened? Somebody played Cassian at 3?
Why not? Real top card, if attacking, if it's a real card, that you have different odd costs. So because they had the same odd cost, he doesn't get the bonus.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
A Millennium Falcon.
See, now if he were to flip up the 1,
Slow Falcon.
he can attack with a 3, or if he flips up a 3, he can attack with a 1 for some extra bonus damage.
Right. And then regular Cassian. There are times that just hard casting Cassian regular out of your hand is not a bad way to go. I've done it before. Especially when you draw like 2 early on.
That just screams bad hand to me, though.
I mean, it's possible, but sometimes it's you want the health on the board. You don't want to wait for it.
I'll do.
Depends on the matchup.
30 base with Cassian,
Okay.
just in case you want to capture him.
You are clever.
We've got a card draw here from Sam.
I will pay 2. I will
He's
pilot.
going to put Bosk as a pilot, and in this deck, Bosk. So Bosk flips over 2 cards off the top.
That's
of
not
your
Bosk.
deck.
That's
I meant
Boshek.
Boshek. I misspoke. I knew it was Boshek. But every card that you flip up that has an odd cost goes into your hand, so he just replaces himself immediately with 2 other cards. He's a great play in this deck.
Cannon.
Not a very popular card because it only kind of works in this deck, but
This is one of the few decks it absolutely works in. And we're going to use Han's ability on the right-hand side of your screen to cheat out a Kanan a little cheaper.
I will pilot the Falcon with the Mandalorian.
oh,
Whoa, this Falcon is getting big, ladies and gentlemen. Now, he's got a Because that Mando's a pilot, he's not overpaying for it, as he would if it was our ground unit.
Womp womp.
Mandalorian.
Okay.
Confiscate. Main deck confiscate.
Confiscate. Mm-mm-mm.
I will activate Han, revealing Waylay. So I'll attack with the Wolfpack Escort for 3.
Okay.
3. So he
So
goes
like-
to 7.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3.
He wanted to attack with the Millennium Falcon there.
Hit you for 3.
He did.
6 to 9. I will hit you for 5.
Claim.
Is that 5 or 6? I thought that got +1 for everything. That was on
Boshek,
it.
I think, is a +1/+2.
Oh, that's a 1 up there. Okay.
Let's have a
You
peek.
got it right.
Yes, Boshek's a 1/2.
Okay.
All right, so we got 9 damage on Sam's base, 14 damage on Michael's base. There we go. I've got everything correct.
That's a lot of pilots for this odd deck. I've not seen it played with quite this many pilots before.
I've not seen anybody play this leader at all, but I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to see this matchup.
I tried it right at the very beginning. It was fun. It can dish out a lot of damage, but it's easy to disrupt.
Okay.
It's easy to disrupt if you start killing his guys, which Michael's not doing. So I think Sam stands a strong chance to steal this, or to not steal, but take this first game.
Take game 1, huh?
It just dishes out damage really quickly. That's an interesting choice. You don't
Chat
see
saying-
too many.
Does the chat saying odd Han is underrated? I'm inclined to agree. That's an entrenched now on the Falcon, yes?
Shuttle, and I'll capture Cassian.
All right. We are going to capture with the shuttle.
He does have a force guy, so what are we losing here? Probably losing a 3, so he's going to...
Throwing a waylay.
Oh, that's interesting. He didn't want to get Cassian back.
Okay. Must have another way that he thinks he can handle it.
Oh, that's what Luke's going to be next turn, or in a couple turns, so I guess that's fine.
I'll deploy Han onto the Wolfpack. 3 standing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, we're going to deploy Han.
Yeah, he stands up a lot of resources.
Yes, he
when
does.
deploys.
Mill 2 cards, please.
On attack, yellow, white.
I get 2.
Yeah, it's if they're different than this, right?
No, it's just different aspects total.
Yeah, Kanan just heals for total different aspects there.
Deck, so.
Yeah. You don't want to hit the... I don't want you to hit the yellow, white. though.
Yeah.
Bad. Is that how that works?
No, so it's like...
Or is it total?
Yeah, it's just total.
Okay,
So
never mind.
if I mill 5 cards and that's all you have, I still only get 2.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for 4, right?
Yes.
Discard a deck for each Spectre unit. Healed 1 damage from base for each different aspect among all of the discarded cards. That's correct. Okay, so we're 13 damage on here for Sam.
We got 5 more coming in the air, at least off that Wolfpack escort.
Well, and Sam's got a whole bunch of ready resources he can still use. Michael can bring his onto the board when he's ready.
I will...
Spending
ambush.
5. Okay, we're going to go ground with Pilot Han just as a regular old ambush unit to knock out Sabine. And then deploy.
I'll go 5 to your base.
I feel like
It's starting to get away from Michael here a little bit, I think.
well,
You don't think so? I mean, that
I mean,
space
six-
armada is not enjoyable.
16 to 17, but I think the Han on the bottom is going to start taking out the guys on the... Or it needs to take out Kanan if he wants to really put this away. Or maybe just attack. I don't know. 34 is a lot of health.
Sonic, you milled 2 because he had Sabine and Kanan in play. The way
Two
Kanan is
Spectres.
worded, you mill a card for every Spectre. So if there were 2, you mill 2. I love how 30 years later we all say mill because of a single Magic card that was printed in like 1994.
That's the word now, man.
That's the way it's worded, kids.
2 in hand.
So what he needs to do 13, and right now he's got 5, 6, 7, and 4 is 11. So if he can push through,
Surprise Strike would get him over the hump.
who's the bottom? I guess if Michael kills that Han first,
So he can kill the Han with his own Han,
or with Kanan,
or with Kanan. Kanan would be a trade out. I'd prefer to try to keep Kanan on the board
That's
myself.
true.
I'm in a spot.
Yes, you are, sir. That is a valid observation.
For the biscuit.
I think if you give him that one attack with Han, it makes it real hard to win here.
Kanan will run into Han Solo.
Okay, so they're going to trade out.
I think you wanted that heal.
Attack trigger.
Oh, he definitely needs the heal.
So I'll mill 2. Yellow.
No, it's just one.
Just one because now.
It's just one now. Yeah, it's just one now because, yeah, Sabine's gone.
So
I'll
now.
put this back.
Yeah.
You revealed information, but
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. He only heals the one.
yes. And then
Okay.
these
And then they're out. Probably the quote-unquote better way to do that would be to ask your opponent, okay, how many should I be milling here? You know, make them run the numbers.
I'll go 5 to base.
That is a big
That's a
Z95
Luke.
headhunter. There's a Luke.
Oh, that's also the other thing. Well, it didn't really matter that he got the -6.
Clears the shuttle, frees up
Got
Cassian.
a
Gonna cheat the Luke out around early with Han.
another Millennium Falcon coming out.
Think so? Yep, fast Falcon
Yeah, he
here.
flashed it a moment ago.
3.
I go to 16.
16 damage on, 18 health remaining for Sam.
I'll hit you.
I don't know that I do that
24.
because all he's going to do is attack with Luke and get it back. But
Yeah.
you have to keep the pressure on.
Now I'll play Never Tell Me the Odds.
Okay, here we go.
We're going to do some damage.
And then
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
discarded is how much damage I can choose to deal.
This,
Oh, no way.
I helped you.
oh, it is. Oh, either one.
3.
It's got 3 damage he can shut out with Never Tell Me the Odds.
I will do 3.
How much is? I thought Poe was 5.
That's but both those R2s are both the 3POs are 2s.
Oh, okay.
So he only came up out of all 6 cards that were discarded. He only drew 3 points of damage.
Surprised he had anything in there. Well, that'll get there.
Well, I mean, you know,
I just meant he drew an ambush guy that can kill Luke.
well, Luke's still going to get to swing at least once.
Oh, they're both ambush guys.
Yeah, he's got Plo, and yeah, he's got 2 different ambushers there. And he's 100% got the coordinate unless something changes between now and
Our entry
and the
backs.
board.
Everyone got them.
Luke will pitch base for 6 and restore 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Restore 3.
16 to 22.
All right. That narrows the gap rather significantly here. Now only 3 health between them. Luke is such a crazy swing. Like with the restore and the damage he puts out, it's just the difference
Pay 2
is crazy.
for Han to pilot the Falcon.
Okay,
And I will
so we're going to go
attack
pilot and attack in.
for 5.
Now he's 100% got lethal.
This is Michael's got to have a card here.
Nope. Okay, well, I thought he was scooping. He's actually just checking his resources here.
That's the look of a man who doesn't have an out and is really
No.
hoping one presents itself that he didn't see.
That's definitely the look of a man who does not know what his next play is.
He knows it's to pick up the card on the right and the left,
And yep, the
Mash
50
them
50
together.
card the 50 card scoop as we call it.
yeah, he's just hoping that's not it.
I got nothing.
Okay,
Game 2.
doesn't have it. Going to game 2.
Quick,
Oop, did that wrong.
13 minutes, 14 minutes.
That in
Yeah, about. There we go. Okay. Well, while these guys get to their sideboards, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching for a while, you know the drill. It's time for me to pimp out what we do around here. So enjoy a little 60-second ad about some upcoming coverage of future Star Wars Unlimited events. What's up, everyone? Raptor here with a quick reminder about upcoming Star Wars Unlimited tournament coverage right here on the channel. Next Saturday, June 14th, we're going to be up in Austin, Texas with live coverage of the Planetary Qualifier at the Dragon's Lair location as well. That's up there. Just like today, that will be an 11 a.m. U.S. Central or 1600 UTC start time. If you're watching on YouTube, the link to the scheduled stream can be found in the video description below or by following the QR code you're seeing on your screen right now.
Covering that PQ will conclude our competitive Star Wars Unlimited streaming here on the channel until Season 1 launches sometime probably in late summer or early fall. It has been a hell of a ride. From Mobile to Denver to Austin, Houston, and Minneapolis, I hope you're enjoying our brand of live streaming Star Wars Unlimited play. If you're in Vegas for the Galactic Championships in a few weeks, come find me. Say hello. Let's have a drink. Let's chat. Community is what games like this are all about. I hope you'll return later in the fall. You'll join us later this year for more live coverage of competitive Star Wars Unlimited events right here on YouTube and Twitch.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sideboarding wrapping up here. I know Michael. It looked like Michael made a few changes. Did you see Sam change anything out?
Yeah, I watched some changes.
Okay, so there's
let's
definitely
go through it.
They've definitely both made a couple of small modifications of some kind. Friendly reminder, just for you guys, if you're joining a little late, we don't talk about sideboard info here on my channel. We have access to all the deck lists and sideboards. We can see everything, but we don't share that during Swiss rounds because it's information that the players at the table should not have, and we don't want anybody to be able to watch the stream at some various point and find out their opponent has stuff in their board, whatever. It's just it's one of the little things that I do to try to protect the competitive integrity of everything. We don't talk about that stuff during Swiss rounds. If they were open deck lists, we'd talk about it all day. But and we will in the top 8. But before then, we don't. Pretty quiet over there, Trey.
Yeah. Just mulling and watching and. So I did go over the rules.
Yeah.
About the thing.
About the thing. Which thing?
The thing from last round.
Which thing? The
My
U-Wing
hill-
thing
my-
or the power of the dark side thing?
Not the power of the dark side.
Okay.
Thing. I don't believe that one. No, the U-Wing thing.
The U-Wing thing.
I understand. My understanding was wrong.
Okay.
It is a new rule. That's why it's in red. It's new. As
Correct.
Of this
That
set.
was updated. That was updated back in March when
As
they
of
issued
this
that.
set.
When
I
they
didn't, I
updated.
didn't pay as much attention. I read all the rules for the new stuff.
Okay.
I didn't read any clarifications.
Okay.
Without that rule, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And that rule is extremely poorly worded
Okay.
because they use the same noun to refer to different things to mean different things.
Well, it sounds to me like maybe you should be complaining to some judge-type folks and get that clarified.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care enough to
You
do that.
clearly care because you spent like 10 minutes reading stuff,
I
Trey.
care to know. Well, yeah, because I want to educate myself and know.
Okay.
I want the thing that I believe to be the correct thing. We
Okay.
already had this conversation. So now I understand the difference, that it changed from my understanding. And
Correct.
It's on me to not update my understanding, but it was different. It is different. It was different then versus how it is now, and it's really poorly worded.
Okay.
They use the word action to refer to multiple things.
Okay. All right. Game 2 coming in. We're going to cheat out an early Muppet here on the right-hand side of the board, and I should get the initiative moved over. Let me get that done here in a minute.
I'll pay 1.
There we go. Michael starts on the button. Starting with a Republic Y-Wing here on the left.
That's a really exciting play for. That's a really exciting play for this deck because you get such
Double.
big toughness out of
Yeah,
it. Such big
double
health.
Republic Y-Wings. That's irritating to have to try and deal with. I mean, they're weak, but they're hard to kill.
When you start throwing pilots on them and making them attack
Yeah.
for extras.
Yeah. Yeah. Slow and steady it might be, but slow and steady gets you there.
Those things that have like 1 health, they're really, you burn them out with a daring raid or something.
Hey, now, you be nice to my stormtroopers.
Yeah, they're just easy to kill.
They are easy to kill.
I'm going to force throw you for 1.
Okay, we're going to force throw here. See what we're going to go fish and see what we come
That
up
gives them
with.
A lot of.
Going to discard a cheapo cartel spacer for 1 point of damage.
I might have held that one more turn.
Hyperspace. The fancy
Maybe.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
It just Sam had too
Okay.
many cards in hand at that point. Like he played the most efficient thing, so Michael was betting that he was out of something that would kill.
Yeah. It's coming in with Bo Sheck here. Again.
Also, that was some disrespect right there. Like Michael said, put it on the hyperspace one.
Yeah.
That's rude. That's the pretty one. That's the one you want to keep around.
All right, we're going to go ahead and entrench now the piloted Y-Wing.
Did he draw cards?
I'll activate
He did. He drew 2 cards off of the Bo Sheck play.
I'll hit your base for 1.
Yoda will hit your base for 2 and restore 2.
Sounds good.
2, restore 2. Yoda play will help hold back some of the early pain with the little plinking.
You're fine.
And we're going to come in with another Wolfpack escort. He had 4 1-drops in his first 2 In his opening hand and his first draw, Trey. That's crazy.
That's a lot of 1-drops.
That's crazy how low to the ground this deck plays. This is like Space Kylo. That's what I'm thinking
Kinda.
of. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Only instead of having a 25-point base, you've got a 34-point base. It's exactly what this feels like. Is Space Kylo.
You need one card you can play that makes everything like +1 or +2 for all your stuff that attacks.
Kanan coming out on the regular cost curve.
I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to play a Sanctioner Shuttle. And
Okay.
I'll capture Yoda.
Okay. Chat saying they think they saw a bombing run in Michael's hand.
You got him.
That would be pretty impactful should he.
I will claim.
I would probably play that. Well, a 5-resource round. He'll be able to play it start on next
We're
turn.
going to go with, oh, never mind.
On this damaged Y-Wing.
Okay, what does he do? This rage 1? Oh, just literally just. Oh,
This is just a vanilla 2/1 pilot.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll activate Han,
Yep.
revealing 7. I'll hit your base for 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
How much is it total?
You claimed, so 2 more, so 6 total.
6?
6 all in. Han revealing a Tanty there off the top of the deck. I feel like maybe playing against this Han starts to feel like playing against the Vader yellow decks, right? With all of the little kind of low to the ground, low health space units. It's a 2/1 generic pilot. Is that the little guy that just gives raid?
No, that's not even the raid guy. That's just, it costs 1 to put on in there, and he's 2/1. It's just a vanilla pilot. It doesn't have anything extra on it.
Okay. We are going to see the bombing run here. All right, so the bombing run's going to make a giant mess of the space arena here. We're going to wipe out at least 3 units.
I get this back and I draw a card, correct?
Yep, he's going to claim the bounty on the cartel spacer. Yep.
The wolf pack. But I think it's the same bounty.
Oh, is it the same bounty? I didn't think the wolf pack. No, the wolf pack doesn't have one.
No,
the
you're
cartel
right.
spacer
Something
does.
else. Something else.
Fast Falcon.
Kanan will hit your base for 4.
So I mill 1, right?
I just mill 1.
Yep, Kanan's going to swing in, mill 1, and
Heal
heal
one.
1.
2.
So just flip them to 6.
2 going to 6.
Flip 'em
Just
both.
pull the 1. Yeah, that'll work too. Yep.
I will deploy Han.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll claim.
Okay. Han will restand me.
Yeah, here.
Okay. He will restand me 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Going to reset
So
resources
they-
there.
I will ambush Han with Plo Koon.
Oh!
The Plo Koon kind of hurts. I mean, Han, the Han leader is a nice to have. You don't need it. But it does save free
Michael tried
damage.
to claim there.
He did, and then he realized I could just deploy.
And then that
And then
lost
that
him
hits
on.
that hits for 6, I believe, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Even with the bombing run, Salmon just
He just
total
reloaded.
control of the space arena.
He reloaded quickly.
Well, it helps when you can reset your resources,
Yeah.
right? That Han's deploy functions like the old Boba unit did, right? Same idea.
Similar.
Similar,
Yeah.
like you're able to reset resources in the middle of a round.
Yeah.
You know, once they banned Boba Fett, there was a cartel spacer in that mix. I could have sworn. The cartel. Okay, whatever. But anyhow, the since Boba's been out, this is the only other leader now that kind of does it. He does it under very specific circumstances, though. Much more difficult to use.
It was a Republic Y-Wing, a Wolf Hunter, and the guy that
The Sanctioner Shuttle.
The
So
Sanctioner
you're
Shuttle.
right. He shouldn't have drawn a card there.
He should not have
He should
drawn
not
a
have
card.
drawn a card there. Yeah. He's sitting on double entrenched.
Kanan will kill Plo Koon.
Okay.
3 back.
And then mill a card.
Yeah, so on attack, I'll mill 1 card.
Okay.
heal
Chewie
two.
is going to heal 2.
9.
Yes, sir.
Getting good work out of Kanan. Little bits of restore here and there.
Figured he was.
6 to base.
So 9, so 15.
15.
5, 6. Yep. 15 on.
Yoda will hit your base for 2.
2 more. Restore 2. Sam, a whole pile of resources. See what he wants to do with them.
I'll pay 5.
Another Plo Koon.
Another Plo Koon. Woo-hoo-hoo, spicy.
I'm going to Yoda here.
Yeah, yeah.
Draw a card. Okay.
Makes it very easy to stay on the board then.
So we're going to get a entrench.
I mean, do you entrench him? You can entrench. I see. Yeah, I think that's definitely a great play to entrench that stinking Falcon.
I will claim.
100% resources well spent.
So you just pick up the Falcon this time, right?
I would.
If you're Sam,
It gets
you-
rid of Han, but it keeps the unit around. Just don't pay for it this time around. And a Poe. He can cheat the Poe out, I think. Yep, he's gonna have to put a little damage on it. That's all right.
Alrighty.
Oop, wrong side of the map, or wrong side of the board. But that's all right. Poe on the board.
I will not resource and also not pay the 1, so I'll bounce Falcon.
Eric, it's been interesting to watch this deck.
There you
He
go.
definitely, like I said, it feels almost like Space Kylo. Like he's got all these little weenie space units and pilots that he finds ways to buff them up. And again, I said this in Minnesota, right? Everybody mocks pilots. Oh, they're so easy to kill. Oh, confiscate. But like, it is possible to kind of flood the field with them.
Space unit. Vehicle
So-
unit.
No, it could just be any unit.
And if
Oh,
it's
okay.
and then I attack with a unit. If
Yeah,
they're different
any
odd
unit.
costs.
Gotcha.
So what he's trying to do here is get the different odd cost he does, so he can trade out with Poe.
Was it 17?
Oh, he's
No,
going to
he's just
base.
he's going for the
1,
kill.
2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 to base. Okay, I figured he'd try to get rid of Poe there, but he doesn't. He just goes to base.
By being the aggressor like that, he's making Michael attack his units
Yes.
rather than his base.
Yep.
So that's how he's saving his
Yeah.
health, and he's going to continue to keep his foot on the gas here.
No, he's got double Michael's HP here, so it's definitely a challenge. I feel like this Han is interesting.
Space for 4.
He just doesn't get played a lot. Gonna mill 1 and get 2 out of it. And we already knew what that card was because we just saw it after Han revealed.
8.
I could have sworn Michael should have been at 19 after that, after the attack, which would put him at 17 now. But I could be wrong.
I've been keeping up with it. He took 4 off of Plo, which put him down to 17 damage on, and he restored 2.
Because I was thinking the
Open fire. So we're gonna play a
coordinate
Falcon.
was active on Poe. That's why.
Yep, it was not.
Oh, he played another one.
Oof,
Did he have
that
another
hurts.
open fire? A direct hit.
I bet not. He had a direct hit.
Yeah, he killed it.
Poe will run into Plo Koon.
Take 3.
So yeah, this is Michael. Michael has pivoted into playing all the kill cards, and then like Sam's deck has more legs than when I originally played with this, but now you look at it and it's just he doesn't have a lot. He's got to construct his guys pretty big to do some damage.
5 minutes ago, I would have said Sam had this in the bag. Clearly, I'm a liar. Clearly, I'm an idiot. So, I won't pretend that Michael's out of the woods, but he's definitely controlling the board very well right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will activate Han. I will reveal a top card of my deck. It's a Millennium Falcon. And I will do as much as I can.
You can't.
I
okay.
can't.
Yeah. Which
Interesting.
Falcon is that again?
This is the JTL Falcon.
Yeah.
The double pilot Falcon.
Yep.
He's wasting an action here, just to kind of to use what the KTOD guys call it dirtling.
Yep.
Space for
Coming in for 6 with the Poe.
Any on attacks?
no on attacks.
5, 6. Okay, just going straight to face. No fanciness with the cards.
12 to 18.
Yeah, I'll destroy my entrenched over there.
I would love if you did that. I will pay 2. And I will play C3PO.
Okay.
Choosing the number 3.
Oh, that's what he.
That's
was
why
doing.
he did it. Okay.
Smart play. He
Yep.
has played this deck a few times.
This is somebody who knows what he's on about, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
And mill a card.
Kanan's going to smash in, mill a card, and get a Tantive out of it. And so he's only restore 1. 16 all here. Michael's clawed his way back into game 2. Despite starting 4 HP down, there's your slow Falcon.
So then what is Lando's Falcon?
Big
Yep.
Falcon.
Okay.
Going to smuggle out a Cassian.
I will claim initiative.
All right, hit you for 3.
First initiative change we've had in a little bit. And Cassian's going to swing in for 3. First lead Michael's had in HP in a while, if he's had one at all, and I've just missed it.
I'm going to take this 9, make it a 10. These counters. Not used to them.
Good to go.
Yep.
If Michael's playing Redemption, now would be a really good time to find one, just to kind of lock up the space arena. But I think now that he's finally got a lead and he's got the ground arena in good shape.
21?
I mean, is he sitting on lethal yet? 4, 6, 3? He is sitting on lethal. So we're going to fell the dragon immediately on...
Hold on a minute.
He's at 5.
Does it give it extra health as well? It does not,
It's
right?
at 5 health.
I'll do this instead.
Okay.
And then I'll just.
Okay, he's going to smuggle out Pike's Bane. Okay. So that'll take care of it here.
It's not functionally different, but
No, but it puts a little more pressure on with the ground units.
I'm just not a fan of taking back plays when you're playing at this level.
That's fair. His opponent didn't have to let him.
No?
For the base.
Mill the one. He's gotten so much work out of this Kanan.
I will pay 5 for a Plo Koon on Cassian.
Okay, we're going to run over Cassian with the third Plo Koon.
He hits you for 8, which would be. Oh, that's not enough. Yes. Cassian. Okay. And then
I mean, it's not in a good spot, but
we'll hit you for 8 to base.
Okay. 3, 4, 5,
Not
6, 7,
necessary.
8. No, it isn't. Down to 1 HP now. Here is Sam.
Okay. now
Okay.
pass.
Sam going to take initiative. And from my chair, I think we're going to game 3.
Not getting there.
Yep. All right. Game 2 in the books. We're going to game 3.
That Kanan.
Michael with the nice pivot there, and man, he got so much work out of that Kanan. I've very rarely seen a Kanan live on the board that long, Trey. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Sam is in space, and Sam is going as fast as possible. So his ability to control the ground is somewhat limited.
Yeah, the healing's the.
He did a really good job, in my opinion, Michael did, I mean, that bombing run was key, right? He murdered 3 units with it, was a huge deal.
No.
And then able to kind of claw his way back in. I mean, at one point, he was down to 13 HP to Sam's 26 and still found a way back into that game.
A couple of times it was just.
Now we got to see if Sam is going
It was
to
like
learn
a
from that and play around bombing run now that he knows it's in there.
Maybe 6.
I'm not sure. How do you? So okay, you're in
Just don't go
Sam's.
quite as
Day. How do you?
wide.
I was gonna say you don't go crazy wide.
Yeah, you hold one of those guys back.
Okay. Now bombing also the other trick with bombing run is it's a bit of a. I mean, it's a 5 resource play. If you're gonna get blown out with your little 1 and 2 cost chumps, I don't feel like that's. I mean, I don't know. If you draw like he drew almost absolute fire there with all those 1 drops early on.
Well, that's it. Like, he played. One of his pilots he played on the Republic Y-Wing. I think he played the 2-1 on the Republic Y-Wing. So
Yes.
basically, but he could have played it on either Republic Y-Wing, and he chose to play it on the one that had a damage on it instead of the one that didn't have any damage on it to try and equal out to make them less threatening. But when you do that, it makes them both die to bombing run. If he had played that pilot on the other one, he would have lost the one that had the damage on it, and then the other guy would have kept swinging because he had 4 health and took 3 damage.
I will be right back. I'm going to go make another small adjustment to this camera. I'm not sure why it's zoomed in so far.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
saying garbage to the camera. It was horrible.
Hey, if it's bad, get rid of it.
All right.
Let's just keep it. But
Shuffle up and deal, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see.
I don't want to bin it for unplayable hand. I've had many of those today.
Yeah, there you go.
So what do we do about that at this point? Now that do we just tell them that he drew an extra card, that Michael drew an extra card and shouldn't have?
Definitely want to mulligan away from.
I mean, at this point, we can't do anything about it.
Do we tell the judge to like keep an eye out, or?
I can mention it. I don't think it's a catastrophe at this point, especially since it's not something that can be taken back since the game
It's not
is
something
long
that can
over.
be taken back, but it very well could have influenced the outcome of that game.
Yeah.
Michael had just the right cards he needed.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
I will pay 1. Player Republic Y-Wing.
Pretty one. He played a pretty one. Don't mess with that, Michael.
Oh, he's got. Okay, so now finally we're seeing some space units out of Michael's deck. Is he going to deal the damage? He is.
I'm going to pay 1.
Well, that was to play it with Han. He wasn't able to draw the card.
I will pass.
Oh, because he played it around. Yeah, oh, right, because it's turn 1 and it costs 3. Right. Okay, so let's see. Let's come back to here. So we started with here. Oh, and he went Greedo in the ground. Okay, and then over here we've got this guy, and then
It would be highly entertaining if he somehow totally pivoted
guy.
to the ground and just.
I'm
attacked.
surprised to even see. We've barely seen much out of ground units for Sam, right? We've seen Plo Koon, and we've seen now Greedo, and what else have went? What else? He's played Ambush Han to the ground.
And Infus Nest was one. That
Yeah,
got
we
flipped
saw
over.
Infus Nest go by, but he hasn't actually
And
played it.
C-3PO and R2. Although I'm not sure if that was draw card R2 or pilot R2.
We saw he's
I know
got
if-
both in there.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's got both in there. All right, he's going to murder the little cheap Y-Wing here to get started. Sorry, I've got initiative in the wrong place.
I'll pay 1, and I'll jam your communications.
Okay. So he gets to get rid of an event. He's going to clear out a bombing run. That's a big impactful play right there.
Oh, Red Squadron X-Wing. Cool. Sounds good.
Discard an event card from your opponent's hand. Jam Communications doing good work there.
I guess Michael sideboarded in all these space units.
I don't know. We just may never have seen them. He's going to go ahead and hard cast. But this time he's going
This
to
game
he's
he's
going
gonna
to
get
pay
the
to draw
card.
the card. Yep.
I will activate Han Solo, revealing 5. I'll
Okay.
hit you for 4.
So we're going to swing in with Greedo for 4.
I'll claim.
I will pass.
Michael going to stay on the button. That little bit of extra damage you get out of Han when you can get that ability to fire off is really nice. Maybe it's only 3 or 4 game, but that could be a whole action. A lot of games are decided by a single action.
Yeah. So Sam picked up Han and a slow Falcon, I believe is what you called it.
I stole all that terminology from the K2 to you guys. Spending the day with Bobby's, I was kind of
You get the lingo.
I've certainly got what they consider the lingo. All right, we're going to cheat out of Poe here. So we're going to use Han's ability.
I will activate Han.
Uh-huh.
3. I'm going to hit Poe for 4.
Play Poe, and then we're going to trade Greedo for Poe with Han's ability.
And then he's got.
That feels really
If he
good.
wants to use Greedo's ability, he can kill off one of those.
Greedo can only hit ground units.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Like
See?
Falcon.
Hit your base for 3.
3 more. 6 to base, Michael, this round. Narrowing the gap a little bit. All right, I think Sam claimed there. Move the token over. It irritates me how often players don't move the token on the board.
Yeah.
It's like everybody gets in a big hurry and forgets or something. I don't know.
They're both there. They both remember, so it's not important for them playing. They both know what's going on. It just kind of makes it difficult for us.
This is yours, right?
There we go.
I will pay 2. I will pilot the Falcon with Han Solo.
Yep.
Okay.
Attack your base for 6.
Pilot Han's going to swing in for a big hit here.
So 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to base.
It's an interesting strategy. He's just
on
out
5, right?
out trying to race him.
I mean, he starts with a 4 health lead. It's not a bad play. He can't kill that Falcon with the X-Wings on the board without he would need something else. We're going to entrench.
Entrench on his own guy.
He's going to entrench his own X-Wing now. Okay.
It's
He's going to deal 6.
No, so he's 7 health with 2 damage.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to pay 3.
I'm curious to see how he's going to get that last point of health here. We're going to play Never Tell Me the Odds.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yoda's a 3. Sabine's a 2.
Felder's
Felder's a 4.
The one at 1.
So
from
we got
Michael.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
He can kill one X-Wing, but not the other.
I bet you
What
were.
do you know?
So you kill the.
He can put it all on. Yeah, I was gonna say he needs to kill the one that's not tapped, that's not exhausted yet.
Right.
No open resources.
Tapped out.
Yep, Sam's broke. Now I believe Han comes out on 5. I'm gonna take a quick
Would be
peek.
a 3-7.
He does, so
He's
he
gonna get
could
3
come
of
out
them
on.
back.
He could come out of this, and he could get a few of those resources back. But Sam's only got 1 card in hand, I think.
Pop him up again.
Sure.
The other side.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Okay, so that's his deploy side.
When deployed as an upgrade. I guess he could put
Okay.
it also. He could put it on the Millennium Falcon.
For each friendly unit or upgrade that has an odd cost. So yeah, he could.
But that only triggers when you deploy him as an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll
Did deploy Han over here on Michael's side of the board.
How much? This has 7 health.
7. So you run him in, and he'll have 1 left.
Yep. Michael looks like he's got 3 resources unspent down there. Yep.
I mean, Michael's already kind of committed to this. I don't know what.
I was a little surprised to
I don't
see
know
him
what
put the
the-
entrenched on the X-Wing. I'm not sure what the thought process was there.
I think he thought it would be a straight trade.
Yeah, no, it's got too much HP for that.
Yeah, it's
he
not going
would've-
to kill it. But I
no.
don't know what else do you do? Like that guy can't attack the base.
Yeah, I think he would have been safer just playing it on the Falcon, and then he could just ignore it. I mean, he can't completely ignore it. It's eventually going to murder those X-Wings.
What to do here? No worries.
But he would at least get 1 more swing out of the X-Wing he's got.
Maybe he leaves it where it is so that it keeps future space plays for Sam in check.
It's not a bad play. In other words, he leaves it up there in case he comes in with, other space units.
Yeah, he
is what
plays
you're
another
saying.
space unit
No,
and
it's-
immediately dies.
I think it's not a bad call. And if they want to take it out, then it can be done. Okay, he's going to use Han to cheat out Phantom 2.
Now we'll restand 1, 2, 3.
And we're going to go ahead and deploy Han over here on the left-hand side of the board.
So he's now killable by both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
3 to base.
Okay. 3. I will pay 2. Now I'll play a C-3PO. On
2 for
play, I'll
3PO.
name 3
Yep.
and take Never Tell Me the Odds to my hand.
I'll claim.
I will pass.
Michael's going to claim, and we're moving on to the next turn. Another entrenched. And I think I couldn't tell it was a Fell the Dragon or something else. Sam's sitting on a Sanctioner shuttle. It's not going to do very much for him unless he captures the entrenched X-Wing.
Well, the Sanctuary Shuttle could. I guess he would steal that one?
Steal what one?
I'm just thinking through, what does he steal? If he steals the X-Wing,
Mm-hmm.
then the way to get the X-Wing back is to attack with the
Good to go.
I
the
am.
Phantom.
Which he could.
But they
There's
just
the
do that and
entrenched.
just wipe out all those guys at once.
I'll attack this guy.
Take 5 back. Says grit. Han will hit your base for 3.
Yeah, I feel like Sam was kind of all in on being able to keep that guy around.
Which guy?
That Millennium Falcon.
The Falcon?
With the 2 Han
The
Solos
loaded
on it.
Falcon? Yeah.
No, he just lost 3 cards.
3PO into your base, naming 3. And I'll take Boshek.
Yep.
He's ripping a bunch of cards, but just they're not cards that really do anything.
Excellent.
It does feel like individually the cards that Michael is playing are having a much bigger board impact to me.
I'll pay 3. Never tell me the odds.
Never tell me the odds.
So we discard 3 from our deck.
Oh, yes.
Shuttle, Falcon. So there's 3, 4, 5. Yep. He's got at least 4 floating around. So,
There
yep.
we go.
Pose
Never tell
out.
me the odds comes in handy there.
Yep. It's a solid card.
Nope. You have 2 cards in hand.
Yes.
How much health does that thing have left remaining?
So this has
A lot.
14 health total, 5 damage, so 9.
I'll claim.
I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to put Boshek on the ground. And I'll pass.
Okay.
This is 3-4 for 3. Kind of standard.
It's not terrible. Seeing the flexibility of the pilots there. This is something this is one of the things that I really love about pilots is the options they give you, right? You can play it as an upgrade if it's useful, or if you don't, just play it as a bloody ground unit. Most of them have stats that make them maybe not extraordinary, but fully like decent
Yeah.
enough that you don't feel like you're cheated.
I wonder if this will go to time.
Do 3 base.
Man, it very well could. Neither one of these guys is pushing a ton of base damage, really. Like, we're well into this third game. It's 19 all. There's about 7 minutes left, and, Sam's hitting for 1.
So 1.
Yeah, you finally missed with C-3PO.
He did. Now, Michael might still yet have some big top-end units. We've seen a couple of Poes go by.
Oh, there's
There's
the
that
All-Star.
workhorse Kanan, all-star of Game 2.
I'm going to go 3 to your base. Take it to 15.
He might yet have dragons. Like, I would assume there's crate dragons in this deck.
Maybe you sideboard him out because you're never going to get
Cham.
I will attack that thing.
All right, take 6.
6 back.
Okay, so he smashes the X-Wing out, because why not?
For Millennium Falcon. I'll destroy this one.
Okay, so we're going to play one Falcon to replace the other and get rid of the entrenched.
Pay 2. Put a Han on it.
Okay,
Pay 0.
put another Han pilot out there.
And I'll pass.
So
And an R2? Is that what I saw with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he blew his whole hand to make that guy
Yep,
big.
If Michael comes into another entrenched, that's going to feel like a terrible play, but he's seen 2 go by already.
Or a Felled Dragon.
Fell the Dragon would do it, right? Because this guy is... Sorry, Trey. That was my fault. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8 strength Falcon in the Space Arena.
How much does that thing hit for now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Michael only a couple of swings from being out if he can't deal with this Falcon in the Space Arena. Looks like he has a Luke in his hand, if I've read that correctly.
Which won't do all that much other than save some damage.
Kanan Both check.
3 back. On attack, mill 1.
Just mill 1.
1.
Just Greedo. Okay. Michael gets a little bit of healing out of it there.
I will activate on. It's a 1. I'll hit your base.
Take
for
9.
9 to base.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 HP remaining for Michael.
This
It
Han
is
deck
almost-
certainly feels like Han Solo, just gambling.
It
Roll
does,
the, roll
doesn't
the
it?
dice, baby. Let's
I
push.
gotta say, I love it. I love the concept of it.
Base for
He's 5, right?
5.
Yep, 5 to base with Cham.
I'm at 15. I'll go to 20. You have 1 card in hand?
You just
claim
claim,
initiative.
yeah.
Claim and win. That's game.
Well, I don't know what
mean,
Michael's got.
Michael better. He could play
I
the
think
Han.
it's that Luke. It's that Luke.
He could play the Luke, but I mean, the Luke
doesn't do
doesn't.
anything.
The Luke does not going to change the board,
Nah.
right? Nothing has died. He can make something -3/-3. Who cares?
No, something died.
No.
Boshek died.
Yeah, but okay, one of Michael's units didn't
Oh,
die,
one
so
of
he can't
Michael's-
make anything
okay.
-6, and
Okay.
the
But it
-6
does- but it
still
doesn't
isn't enough
matter.
to hurt the Falcon anyway. That's the unit he's got to get rid of.
I don't know what he got down. He could have a Pike's Bane. That doesn't do anything.
Pike's Bane won't cut it. He would have to be able to. He have to be able to play both of them. If you could stack them, yeah, but that would take like 17 resources.
Maybe he could wave his hands in Sam's face while
Maybe.
he does untaps a bunch of
Look!
resources.
Look! Don't look over here! Don't look over here!
Watch the monkey. Watch the monkey. 3 minutes. Oh, you can see it dawning on Michael. The realization's setting in.
Yeah, pretty sure he's done here. I don't think he's got anything left.
I'm surprised he attacked with Kanan
Why 4?
because he should have claimed. If he didn't have anything in his hand to deal with this attack, the second
I
attack.
see your point.
What Kanan healed him? I think Michael
If he claims,
forgot about the 1 damage.
Game, man.
yeah,
I
maybe
think he forgot about the
the
plus
one extra, the 1 extra damage off of Han.
Yep.
Well, and he got 2 or 3 damage out of that game on it, and it was impactful, right? Rather than being at
Yeah,
10
yeah.
or whatever, he's at 7,
Yeah.
right? And
But
that makes a difference.
He was at
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of
14.
going on here with entrenched and
So hit by 8 is what kills him.
Yeah.
If you get 1 heal off of Kanan,
That
then
that should theoretically do it,
that
but
saves
the,
it
but the
with the plus
Falcon,
1 from the
but
Han.
Han counteracts that 1 little heal you got.
Yep.
Precisely.
another entrenched.
Yep.
I drew all 3 entrenched.
GG to both players, but Sam walking away with a win here. Really interesting deck and looking strong. He's 5-1. I won't say that I know the math well enough to know that he will make the top 8, but I'd say he's definitely on the right path. So that'll be interesting.
Pretty
to
sure
see.
he draws in. I don't know what it's going to be like here.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be. I mean, we're going to round 7. There's going to be some folks who can ID to make this happen for sure. So we'll just see how this shapes up. All right, Trey. Let's come back here for a minute.